Hey guys, how are you all today? I hope you guys are all good. This is my Toronto Masters 1000 preview 2021. So guys, let me just first, I want to talk about this, right? Nadal has pulled out of the Toronto Masters with a foot injury. I believe he's hoping to play Cincinnati. He's got those two matches in Washington D.C. I think he'll get some matches in Cincinnati, but yeah, Nadal won't be playing due to a foot injury. And Djokovic is pulled out of Toronto and Cincinnati, so Djokovic won't be playing at either event, right? So that's the news. I think Djokovic he's played the clay court season to really build up to this French Open and have a great chance, right? Um, that's Djokovic we're talking about. The whole clay court season, the French Open, Wimbledon, then push it for the Olympics. Now I think he believes to have any chance whatsoever, he needs a month off so he can just get his body through the US Open and have a chance to win it. For Nadal, he's had a lot of time off. He planned to play these Masters 1000 in the build up to the US Open, but Nadal is injured right now. So I think if he pushes a bit and plays, he may risk his US Open chances. So he'd rather get it better and maybe play Cincinnati and then get a week off. So I think he would have rather Toronto and Cincinnati. Toronto than Cincinnati because the court suits his game better at Toronto. But if you're injured and you can't keep going with the US Open too close, you got to have that time off and then settle with the two matches in Washington, D.C., and then possibly the week of Cincinnati and then get a week off. So it's just injury for Nadal, but for Djokovic, it's more like being physically exhausted from the clay court season, the French Open, and only 2 weeks off another Grand Slam, 2 weeks off other side of the World Olympics. He just feels like this 4 or 5 weeks he needs completely off, no tennis, to have a chance to physically get through the 2 weeks of the 2 weeks of the US Open. So that's Djokovic's reason, but no Djokovic, Toronto, Cincinnati, and no Nadal in Toronto. So that's the Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal news for now. So let's get into the preview for the Toronto Masters 1000. Basically, the top two seeds of the tournament are Medvedev and Tsitsipas. So on the top side of the draw, we have Medvedev and Medvedev is going to be playing. He's already won, I believe, against Bublik. Haven't seen that, but yeah. So he would probably play Sinner in the next round. Then probably Hurkacz or Demonor or Nishikori the round after that. Should get through that. Then that match, the Hurkacz, Nishikori or Demonor, that would be a quarterfinal. And the Sinner match would be a round of 16. So he beat Sinner in the round of 16, probably in straight sets. Then he'll get over probably Nishikori or Hurkacz in the quarterfinals. He should get that. We don't know who he'll play, but probably 2 or 3 sets. Then almost definitely he'll come up against Rublev in the semifinals. So that's your first semifinal there, with Medvedev getting through against Sinner and Hurkacz or Nishikori, getting those 2 wins plus his first win that he's already got against Bublik. And then we see this semi-final appearance, and then Rublev is going to beat Fanini, and then he's probably going to beat Isner. And then the quarterfinal match that he would have to face would probably be Denis Shapovalov, I would guess. And then I would say that Rublev does beat Shapovalov in a tough 3-set battle. I mean, just a bit more consistency to match with the power, whereas Shapovalov has the power, less consistency. So then you've got Rublev versus Medvedev in the all-Russian semi-final. And if I was to think about, like, I can't really see anyone challenging Medvedev due to the fact that I can't see Sinner beating him in the round of 16, and I can't see Hurkacz, Nishikori, or Demon or either. And then Rublev, I mean, Fanini, I don't think so. Isner, I could get Monfils, probably the toughest would be Shapovalov. I think he's got more consistency than Shapovalov. They've both got power, so yeah, we're just left with the all-Russian semi-final, Rublev Medvedev. Down the other side of the draw, I mean, it's Tsitsipas's part. Nadal's pulled out, so he benefits there. And Tsitsipas should play Hubert Humbert. Hugo. I'm not really sure how his first name is, but his name is Humbert. So Tsitsipas should win that. Should play Khachanov probably in the round of 16, and he should get through that one. And then in the quarterfinals, I would say that he's going to play Casper Ruud. So then he ends up in the semi-finals. And then who he would end up playing in that semi-finals would be yeah, I would have to give it to Roberto Bautista Agut. He's going to have to beat Dimitrov on the way, but it's either and Schwartzman. Yeah, I'm not actually. It's going to come down to the Schwartzman Agut match. It's just going to depend on how they're playing. But whether it's Agut or Schwartzman, that's a 50-50 match. I think we're really looking at Tsitsipas beating Agut or Schwartzman and then making it through to that final. And I think he'll overpower and take time away from Roberto Bautista Agut or Schwartzman, and they won't really have time to get in the rallies. They'll be overpowered by Tsitsipas's serve and power from the back of the court, and he'll hit with the forehand, come in, take time away, finish at the net, the serve with the forehand, the 1-2 punch. A lot of good stuff there for Stefanos Tsitsipas, and that'll lead him into this Toronto Masters 1000 final. And then, like I've said, is Kyrgios is also in there, but yeah, guys. What I was saying was, just give me a moment, guys. Yeah, guys. Sorry about that one. So let's just get back into where we left off. Bit of a technical problem. So back to the draw, guys. But what I was saying, I really feel like Tsitsipas has got great opportunities here because, like, back to his draw, yeah, Humbert and, like I said, Khachanov in the round of 16, and then then probably Casper Ruud in the quarterfinals. So I would say Humbert's not much of a challenge. Neither is Casper Ruud in the quarterfinals. Possibly Khachanov because of what he did at the Olympics and Wimbledon. Could be his toughest, but Tsitsipas can match him with the serve, the power game, but got more consistency and better defense, but is matching Khachanov in all his strong points. That would be his tougher match. Casper Ruud, he'll overpower. Humbert is just not on the level of on that level yet. And then so yeah, definitely he's definitely getting through. And then like I said, when it's that semi-final, Schwartzman or Agut, they're gonna try to get in rallies. The serve, the forehand, the taking time away and coming into the net and finishing. He'll prevent them to getting in rallies due to his serve and his forehand and playing the power game and coming to the net and finishing. Just overpower Agut or Schwartzman and in the final. And then that other semi-final, the all-Russian one, Rublev against Medvedev. I mean, they play a lot. I mean, Medvedev always wins. I think there's a mental issue for Rublev. And I think like Rublev just gets frustrated by Medvedev's consistency that he won't miss and defense that he gets everything back and then just goes for too much. And then Medvedev knows how to move him around the court and expose not his bad movement, but bad in compared to Medvedev, sort of more of an average movement, and does not make any errors. Give Rublev nothing, then Rublev uses his power, make him hit one more until he gets an error, and then always look to control and move Rublev around and take him off his balance. Rublev can't handle it. He won't miss and he'll run everything down, will go for too much. Rublev can't handle these long rallies. He's moved around. He's sort of not average movement is exposed. And then there's a mental side. So I've seen Medvedev gets that in straight sets. And like I said, Tsitsipas is overpowering Agut or Schwartzman. I guess I'll give it to Agut. But yeah, like with the bigger serve, the big forehand, and then the ability to take time, come in the net and finish. It'll be too much for Bautista Agut, and he'll get Agut out of rhythm. He won't be able to get involved in rallies and all that. So we end up with Medvedev versus Tsitsipas in this final. I mean, they've got a long rivalry. These two guys. The head-to-head faves Medvedev. So I'm just looking at the exact head-to-head so I can quote it for you. But I know it's strongly in favor of Daniel Medvedev. Yeah, 6-2. So I'm going to go with Medvedev in 3 sets. Tsitsipas is playing well. Again, like he did with Agut, he's going to try to use his serve, his big forehand, his power game, try to frustrate Medvedev where Medvedev can't get in a rally and can't get any rhythm, and he's just overpowered with the huge forehand and the serve, and then come into the net to finish, and Medvedev can't get in rallies. But then Medvedev matches him off the serve. That's different with Agut. So they're both getting as many free points off the serve. But then behind the serve, Medvedev will out-rally and by being more consistent on his rally shot, being better defense, have the ability to better shot tolerance, so Medvedev can play more safe and doesn't have to go for as much, and beat him with consistency. So he's got that in the long rallies. Secondly, he's got better defense as well as like the shot tolerance and consistency, and a better ability to turn defense into offense. So he's got those things. So when it's a serve dominating, it's about even. But when it's not determined by the serve, Medvedev's just got more. Medvedev can outlast him in the long rallies. Medvedev can play better defense and just move Tsitsipas around. And when Tsitsipas is on defense, his defense is nothing like Medvedev. And then as far as the shots, being able to attack and move the other guy around without risk of a lot of errors and patience, Medvedev's got him there. Plus, he's got him on the defense and defense turning into offense. But then Tsitsipas, like with the other guys, can't say, I'll make up for that by overpowering you and serving better because Medvedev will match him with the serve. But then when the serve's not determining it, Medvedev will be able to out-rally him just through being a better rallier, being more consistent, missing less, be able to move his opponent around better defense and better turning defense into offense. And Tsitsipas can't play that power, take time away, shorten the point as much because Medvedev's getting as much out of his serve as Tsitsipas. So really, that's what it's all about. And then when they're even, they're winning points off their serve. But then outside of that, like I said, in a long rally, Medvedev has got more consistency, can out rally him, can take control of the point without taking risk of many errors, and then can play defense and turn it into offense. Whereas Tsitsipas, to get past Medvedev's great defense, Tsitsipas is constantly having to take risks to hit low percentage shots, to hit winners, and he's always at a high risk of an error. And that's just putting pressure, whereas Medvedev can just control the point, move him around, but it's playing safe without much risk. So then whenever Tsitsipas constantly has to have risk to shorten the point, and then being a risk of an error, but Medvedev can just move him around, control the point without risk of errors, and be more consistent and out rally him. Whereas Tsitsipas is always the one who's going to have to end the rally and take risks. And then when they're on defense, Medvedev was way better than him. And then that's forcing Tsitsipas to go for even more and hit it out. And then Tsitsipas, you can't say that he's always in control of the rally to sort of shorten the points and take time away because if anything, Medvedev's serve is the same or a bit better. So if anything, Tsitsipas is going to be behind in more rallies, and then Medvedev can just move him around and expose his lack of movement there. So he's not really going to be in a position to start the points ahead, shorten the points because Medvedev's getting just as much out of his serve. So then that's the way I see it in this match. But like I said, best case is servings even or probably better for Medvedev. So Tsitsipas is not starting the point ahead. He's not going to win the long rallies of Medvedev either, so he's got to take risks and hit a lot of errors. And he's risking errors by trying to end the point too soon, whereas Medvedev can just move him around, control the point, but play safe without many errors. And then when Tsitsipas has to get past a better defender in Medvedev and go for too much and hit it out and all of that, because Medvedev's a better defender. But then when Medvedev's in control, he's moving Tsitsipas around, exposing his lack of movement, doesn't have to go for too much, doesn't have to take risks. He can rally all day consistently, and Tsitsipas's defense won't stand up for it. But when Tsitsipas is in control, Medvedev can make him hit one more, and has to go for too much. So he's just going to out-rally him with the shot tolerance, consistency, and better defense, but match him on the serve. So then Tsitsipas won't be able to be in control of the points and take his time away. So even on the serve, but Medvedev better in the rallies and the defense. So Medvedev's going to get this in 3 sets, and I'm going to say Medvedev's going to be your 2021 Toronto Masters champion. Tsitsipas will be in the final, and probably Medvedev beats Rublev in the semi-finals, and then Tsitsipas beats Agut. That's what I'm saying for now. So subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Have a great day or night wherever you are, guys, and be back here for my next video. I probably won't make a video until the semi-finals of Toronto, possibly not even till the final. But I hope you guys will be back for more. It's been hard for me to record. I've been traveling, but I'll be back at around the Toronto semi-finals point. So I'm going to do my best for a video on that day. But until then, guys, bye for now. Subscribe, and I'm really trying to interview some of the best players in the world. So that's coming up soon. But I'll definitely be back to preview the semi-finals, hopefully, and definitely the finals in Toronto. I hope you enjoyed this preview, and yeah, be back for my next video on sort of around Friday, Saturday time. And yeah, subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up, and be back here for my next video. Bye for now, guys. Bye, guys. Thanks for being with me.